and One Nation FM.
So this is just as important, by the way. Riba is a terrible sin. Easily move your business or personal insurance to Amana IFS. Call 0861 786 393 and leave Riba for good. Just a reminder as well, you can connect with us anytime via WhatsApp 061 766 0355, or you can also post comments on the various Salam Media social media platforms. Now, Santio, as we have just heard, is an ethically based asset manager that is focused on delivering superior risk adjusted returns for their clients, regardless of market conditions. For more info on their Sharia investment products, visit their website, santiocapital.com, with a dash in between the Santio and the capital, and start saving towards your investment goals today. Santio Capital Management, invest for good. Santio Capital Management is an authorized financial services provider. Now, my conversation with Maulana Abbas and Kije, really fascinating one, but we've had a person, in fact, who was there, and she has this to say about then and now. Here it is.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One thing I miss about the event hosted by Maulana Abbas and his family was the sense of belonging. I didn't have to prove myself that I'm black, and there's a possibility of being black and Muslim in South Africa. And there was a variety of Muslims, Zulu Muslims, Pedi Muslims, and a community was starting to be built. The other thing I enjoyed about the event is getting to meet people who look like me, who spoke like me, who had similar dreams and similar aspirations to what I had. So that's one thing I miss about it. And also the traveling, the atmosphere, the sense of Ubuntu that came with it. So hopefully, inshallah, we should have one.
Okay, that's one person, in fact, who attended, and that's a person by the name of Hava who's just commented on that, right? I did say we'll read out the tribute by Hava Shafare regarding her own experience of losing a husband, Rashid, and I'll hopefully do that later on. She posted it on Facebook. I think it's something that you need to just reflect on. It's really, really important. In the meantime, let's get to being all fired up once again, not with Ashraf Gangakar today, but with Hussain Choonara. Hussain, salam alaikum. Good chatting to you.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Ashraf, shukran for having us on this morning.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Right. You want to what? Connect with I and we and tell me more about that?
I think the topic this morning, is the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. I'm certainly no expert. I'm firstly speaking to myself. I think if you ask the people around me if I'm a product of what I'm going to speak about, they'll be the first ones to tell you no. But I strive every day, Shaf. I think it's all about the details. It doesn't matter in what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how big or small you're doing at any particular time. It's the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. What I mean by that, and I learned this from my brother Imran, the way he, and I watch him do it as much as possible, is if you're peeling an orange, how are you peeling it?
Mm-hmm.
If you sweeping the floor, how are you sweeping it? If you're providing a product or a service to someone, how are you doing it? If you're writing something down, how are you doing it? You see, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If you compromise in one area, you compromise in every area. And it's not about the person who's receiving to show them. It's more about who you are. And Ashraf, I know you're a champion. I know you're always at the forefront for Champion South Africa. And that's what it's all about. It's not always about someone doing great things. It's about that person being excellent in who they are, in who they serve, in the people around them. If you go to the mosque, how do you park your car? If you finish eat, do you pick up your plate in the basin?
And why is all that important? I mean, I think the connection you make is fascinating, but why is that really important for people watching and listening right now?
Because that's who we are. That's how we created to be. It's not a choice to decide to be excellent, and it's about being different. And I always try to be the difference. Not that it's good or bad. I just try to. If I'm standing in a lift with someone, I make conversation, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Or if I walk into a shop, I go into the same shop every single day. The guy would put sanitizer on my hand. By now, I should know his name. So, hey, Salim, how's it going? It's about trying and bringing that small details into your life in whatever you do. If you're setting the table, how do you set it? Or do we treat sometimes the menial tasks, the menial jobs, the menial things we do in life, to the people we're most comfortable with, do we take that for granted and don't apply excellence? Remember, again, it's not about them, about you doing for them. It's more about who you are. So in our everyday life, let us be more consciously aware in the small things, especially with the people we are around with every single day. Let's just try, and I speak again to myself first, because if you ask my family, they probably give you how I'm not. But as always try and be excellent, because if you compromise in one thing, you'll compromise in everything.
Well, I think the issue of character traits comes through, and comes through in this case here. Well, I say true, maybe a good Freudian slip, comes through and comes through in both cases. I always say, if you really want to get into business with someone, first play Monopoly with them. You'll know exactly whether you should get into business with them. So, Hafiz Hussain Choonara, thanks for your time. As always, we'll get fired up tomorrow.
Shukran, brother Shaf. Shukran for having us. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum salam. Right, let's see who's fired up with regard to Qari Ziad Patel. We'll talk to him in a moment about the role of an imam, of a hafiz in performing the tarawih, leading the prayer, just what goes into that. And I think some really interesting insights as we get in now to the last few days of this holy month of Ramadan. That comes up next.